Welcome to our Better Mobility class. I'm Cate Reade, inventor of the MoveMor Mobility Trainer. It's our joints that enable us to move. So when our ankles, knees, and hips move better, we do too. That's why we'll be focusing on moving our joints through a full range of motion, especially at the ankles, since this is where all mobility and balance begins. You may experience a reduction in pain and stiffness as you lubricate joints with synovial fluid and boost circulation. You may notice your walking improve as your joints are able to move freely through larger ranges of motion. Balance is often a benefit since you're engaging proprioceptors, or your sensory cells found in your muscles, joints, and connective tissue that enable better body-brain communication to help prevent a fall. Let's get started. So we'll get started with our toe and heel lifts. So as we lift our toes up, really focus on those shins lifting in the front of your lower leg. Just really focus on that and really move those toes through a full range of motion, as full as you can. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Last one. Now we're going to go to our heel lifts. We're going to lift our heels, squeezing those calves as we lift up as far as we can. Squeeze and tighten. Really create a sense of body awareness so you connect the movement. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Now we're going to do 4. Lift the toes for 4, 2, 3, and if you feel comfortable after you master the movements, you can add upper body moves as well. Squeeze those calves, press those triceps back, and now let's alternate. Lift the toes as high as you can, lift those heels as high as you can. Lift and lift those heels. Lift the toes, lift the heels. Lift, lift. Feel those muscles in the front of your shin engage as you lift the toes, and really feel the calf squeeze as you lift those heels up. Last one, up and down. Good. Next up is slide walking, where we push one foot forward and pull the other one back. So every time we push our lower leg forward, we're strengthening our quadriceps. Every time we pull that heel behind our knees, we're strengthening the hamstrings. These muscles are real important for walking, standing, and balancing, sitting and rising from a chair. As you're pushing your feet, really press those feet down and feel the 4 edges of your feet. Feel your toes, your heels, the sides of your feet. Just get a real sense of how everything's working together. Now when you feel comfortable, we want to add opposite arm to opposite leg. So we're going to extend those just like we're walking. It can be a little tricky getting that opposite arm to the opposite leg, but keep trying. Once you get it, it'll feel real natural. It feels great as we rotate and turn that upper body. Loosen that upper back up. Strengthen those arms. Feels good. Beautiful. Next up are our toe and heel taps, where we lift the toe of one foot and lift the heel of the opposite foot, and then we alternate. This can be a little tricky at first, but once you get it, it's a natural movement. This actually mimics the way we move when we're walking with our heels and toes. So lift those toes as high as you can, lift those heels as high as you can. Imagine you're walking on a white sandy beach with the sun shining, the palm trees swaying overhead. That way we can just do this all day. Just kidding. You can also add some upper body movement to help coordinate this activity, which increases that brain wellness because we're really coordinating upper and lower body at the same time. Really focus on lifting those toes and feeling those shins working. And as you lift those heels, feel the calf squeezing once again. Oh, feels good. Great job. Out and in is next, where we bring our knees and ankles together and then open up out to the side. Now as we bring our knees together, really feel and press those feet, the inner edges And then as we move out, press those feet and feel the outer edges of your feet. So in and feel those inner edges of your feet, out, feel the outer edges of your feet. In and out. In and out. So we're really working those hip adductors and hip abductors, so the inner and outer thighs. And this will help with any lateral movement, like getting in and out of a bathtub, in and out of your car, or just sidestepping an object. Feel free to move your arms as I'm moving them, with your elbows right next to your waist, and just opening up and closing. Open and close. Out and in. Now we're going to pulse out for 4. Feel the outer edges of your feet. Really feel that and get as much range of motion as you can. Now pulse in for 4. Feel those inner edges of your feet. Really create that body awareness. Now let's alternate. Out and in. Out and in. Feel those muscles working. Get as big a range of motion as you can at the hips. Just move in a comfortable, pain-free range of motion. So if you need to make it a little smaller, that's fine. You'll notice over time you'll progress and your range of motion will get larger. Last one, and in. Great job. Our next exercise is slide walking with adduction. So we're going to bring our knees and ankles together, push one foot forward, pull the other back, just like we did earlier, but now we have our inner thighs engaged constantly. You can feel those inner thighs working as you're extending that lower leg. Those quadriceps, the front of your thigh, are strengthening. Pulling that heel behind your knee, those hamstrings are strengthening. Add the upper body by extending opposite arm and opposite leg, just like we're walking. Oh, we can feel those inner thighs working. Strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. Strengthening those muscles inside the knee to help the knee track properly as well. Let's do 2 more. Last one, and then we're going to shuffle it out. Let's just bring the knees to a neutral, aligned with the hips, and just shuffle it out, and we can just circle our arms as we shuffle those feet, release that tension in those muscles. Great job. Relax. We'll do some alphabet writing now, all uppercase. Let's start with the letter A. With our heels on the board, we're just going to lift our toes and spell the letter A. Write the letter A. B. C. D. If it's too hard to work with 2 feet, just work with 1 at a time. E. F. G. And I'm feeling really good, so let's spell out feeling good. Let's spell F, E, E again. Feel the ankle moving in all different directions. L, I, O, that ankle is feeling good. N, G, and now let's spell good. G, O, O, D, and shuffle it out because those ankles are working real hard. That'll help improve your balance, working in all different directions, writing the alphabet or whatever word you want to spell out. Next, we'll start marching, where we lift one knee and press that opposite foot down into the board. Make that heel really heavy, and then let's switch sides. This way we're engaging our hip flexors so we can lift our legs more easily as we're walking and climbing stairs. We're activating our gluteals as we press that foot down into the board. And strong gluteals are real important to help us rise from a chair, climb stairs. Now when you have this movement going and you feel comfortable, add some upper body with opposite elbow towards opposite knee. Press, 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 press. Now we're going to do 4 on the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposite side. Sit up nice and tall. You'll feel your core engaging here as well. And let's alternate. Press that foot down. Feel those gluteals engage. Feel the upper body core working. Looking good. I know this is challenging. Just a little bit more. 2 more. Each side. Last one. And good. Excellent. Our next exercise is called windshield wipers, where we point our toes to the right and left. Really focus on getting full range of motion, turning as far to the right and left as you can. And when that feels comfortable for you, we're going to add some tango arms in the opposite direction that our toes are pointing. A little coordination exercise there. Turn, turn. Feels good. This exercise is great to engage the proprioceptors, those sensory cells in your ankles, to help with ankle stability and mobility, as well as balance to help prevent a fall. We want our body and brain talking together real easily, especially at those ankles. Good. We're going to make our ankles work a little bit harder. We're going to challenge them. Relax the arms on your thighs, and let's lift the toes instead of sliding them on the board. So we're making little smiley faces with our toes, and it increases the challenge of the exercise. You'll feel those dorsiflexors working real hard in your front of your shins to lift the toes. Super important muscles to have working so we don't trip over our own toes. Oh, how does that feel? Let's add the arms in the same direction of our toes. Good. Good. Oh, those dorsiflexors are saying hello. You're doing a great job. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good job. The next exercise is called the clam. This is challenging. We want to bring our ankles and knees together, keep our ankles together, and open the knees and close the knees. This exercise is fantastic for our gluteal muscles, our adductor muscles, which are our inner thighs, as well as our core. So you need to try to sit up nice and tall, keep breathing, and I'm sure you feel those gluteals working as much as I do right now. If you want an extra challenge, let's rock the baby by just interlacing our fingers and opening and closing the knees at the same time for an extra challenge. Oh, that feels so good. Last 2. And that's it. Next up is our sweep in and sweep out exercise, where we want to keep our knees aligned with our hips. If you have trouble doing that, take your 2 fists and place them between your knees. Okay, and we're just going to bring our feet together and then out to the side. Together and out to the side. So this exercise works our internal and external rotators of the hip. It's real important to have good hip stability to help decrease any lower back pain and maybe knee pain. Having good hip mobility helps us to move more easily. Good. And if you want to add an extra challenge here, we can add goalpost arms where we open and close along with our feet. You really want to focus on those feet movements and feel those inner edges of your feet as you come in. Feel the outer edges of your feet as you go out. Really get a sense of body awareness and connection between the toes all the way up to your brain. Good. Together and out. Together. Feel those hips and muscles engaging around the hips. We don't usually do movements like this, and it really helps with your keeping your pelvis stable so we can walk more easily. Last 2, bring it in and out, in and out. Great job. Our next exercise is called ankle rolls, where we'll roll our ankles inward and then outward. It's a small movement, and we want to try to keep our knees aligned with our hips. If your knees are coming in real close, it just means you have a little weakness here in your gluteus medius muscles, and over time you're going to get stronger. So don't worry if your knees are coming in, but do try to keep them aligned with the hips. It's a real small movement. Once again, great to activate your proprioceptors, and this exercise particularly may help you reduce the chance of an ankle sprain. When we sprain our ankle, we often do it out laterally this way. And if we have the muscle activation and the nervous system knows what to do when it goes out, bring it back in, we can help reduce that chance of an injury. Good. Now if you've got this going, you want to add a little extra challenge? Let's get the arms out in front, and we'll roll the palms in as we roll the ankles in and turn them up as they go out. Good. Now let's just try rolling our ankles in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's alternate. In and out. In and out. Good. Those ankles are working really hard. We don't work them generally in the full range of motion like we're doing today, and this is really going to help improve your balance. It all starts at our ankles. 2 more. The magic number 2. You know how much I love it. That's great. Our next exercise are double kicks, where we push both feet forward and pull both feet back. So we're working on those quadriceps and hamstrings. Push forward, sit up nice and tall, chin and chest are lifted, shoulders are back and down. Feel the quadriceps working and the hamstrings pulling back. Quads are pushing, hams are pulling back. We can add some upper body movement to this to make it a little more challenging. Just push the arms forward with the legs, pull them back. Push forward and pull. Push forward and pull. Forward and pull. Now we're going to push forward for 4 and center. Forward, center, forward, center. One more time. Now we're going to push back for 4. Pull back, center, pull back, center, pull back, center. One more time. And now alternate forward and back. Feel those quadriceps working. Sitting up nice and tall, breathing. Quadriceps and hamstrings are so important for walking endurance and balance and standing. You want to keep them nice and strong. Last time. Great job. Next up are toe fans, where we point our toes together and out to the side. Point together and out to the side. Focusing on that range of motion, feeling the inner edges of the feet as we come in and the outer edges of the feet as we go out. Really focus on pressing downwards. Good. Now, if you want an extra challenge, we can do scissor arms, crossing in front. And you can make the range of motion as big or as small as you want, up top and below. Honor your body. It's all about you. You want to move in a comfortable, pain-free range of motion. You never want to do anything that causes pain. You might feel that little bit of tension as you're working those muscles, but that's all you want to feel, never pain. Make the movement smaller if you feel any discomfort. Good. Open up that chest and work that back as well. Feel those arms and upper back working. Good. Let's point together for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now alternate in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, great. Those muscles are working real hard, inversion and eversion, as we bring them in and out. Almost done. Last one. And relax. Good job. Our last exercise is called leg extension. So you want to have someone help you move your board about 8 to 10 inches in front of your chair. You want to sit forward on the front of your chair. Get into a position that's comfortable where you feel stable. Then you want to be able to extend one leg fully and return to center. Switch sides. So we want to get that full extension at the knee. This is going to help your knee maintain a good range of motion and aid in standing and walking. Good. Now if you want to add a little upper body, just extend that arm down that leg. Extend the arm down the leg with a nice flat back, chin and chest lifted. Oh, that feels good. We're stretching out some muscles we worked so hard before as well. And we're also getting quite a stretch at the ankle. So we want to keep our joints strong and flexible. And this feels so good. Now let's just pulse on one side. So let's pulse forward and center, forward and center, extending that knee as far as you comfortably can. Let's switch sides. Press forward, forward and center, forward and center, forward and center. Let's alternate for a few repetitions. Good. Good. You worked hard, and this is our reward. A nice lengthening exercise, which will ease us into a seated stretch that I recommend next. Last one on each side. Good. You've just completed 14 mobility exercises. Thank you so much for participating. To increase the flexibility of your muscles that we just worked so hard, I recommend you use our seated stretch video following these exercises. That will enhance your flexibility and help improve your mobility further. Thanks so much.